Hi everyone, this video is to explain how scales can be attached to assignments versus the final grade settings gradebook scale and what to keep in mind when you are attaching to each particular thing. So here's a sample grading scale that we've custom created. As you can see, the ranges are really quite generous, and so a B is from a 70 to an 85%, a C from 60 to 70%. And for this particular type of scale, we strongly recommend that this only be used in the final grade settings. The reason being that the final grade settings gradebook scale really focuses on the range and doesn't really take into account the letter conversion, whereas if you were attaching this scale to an assignment, the letter conversion is the only thing that Schoology cares about because it thinks in numbers, not in letters, and so it needs to know what each letter stands for numerically. And so this would work as a final grade setting scale, and you can be pretty generous in your ranges, and so anything that a student gets between 70 and 85 would translate to a B for that particular course. And so Schoology can understand that when it is a final grade settings gradebook scale. But you'll notice that because the ranges are so large, some of these are kind of beyond the standardized grade breakdown that we typically use. And so, for instance, for a C, because it has to be, the letter conversion has to be within the range that we've provided, the highest score that a student can get is a 69 to represent that C. And if you were to attach this scale to an assignment and give a student a C, it would translate to a 69, which is actually probably a little bit lower than you probably would like it to be. And so that's just something to keep in mind when deciding whether or not to use a grading scale for the final grade settings gradebook scale or for an assignment. And so that's the distinction. That's what we recommend. And it's important to think about how the assignment scales coordinate with your final grade settings gradebook scale, because if you are perhaps overly generous with the assignment scales and the final grade setting scales is less generous, that can lead to an issue where students think that they're doing better than they actually end up doing. And so just be aware of those types of issues that may come up.